Christmas swag. Happy almost Merry Christmas. I can't wait. Ooh, it's in a couple of days. Christmas. Hello to everybody. It is 12:11. How awesome is that? Oh, and my speedometer thingy says 9:11. I talked about 9/11, I think, a little bit in my part 2 live video when I was going over synchronicities. So how's everybody feeling today? I have to admit, I feel so much better. Boy, I was having a shitty week. And then the week before was crummy, but it wasn't shitty, boy. Not like this past week. I'm going to emphasize again, those migraines I had were fucked up. Like, bad. But you know what? I was listening to a few of my favorite people that are they're either they're channelers, they're astrologers. I'm not saying that it only hit people that are channelers and stuff like that, but it seemed like it hit a lot of people that are very in tune to their psychic abilities, their psychic awareness. It felt like it was, I don't want to say targeted, it was activated. Because not everybody had a freaking migraine, but there were a few of us that had migraines, and I was like, oh, I'm not the only one. And they expressed how bad their migraine was, so debilitating that it had them in bed for a few days. And I'm like, me too. So it did something. It definitely did something. I don't want to say that it was an attack. I don't feel that it was an attack, but I do feel like something got activated. When these activations take place, they're not always, smooth. They could be a little harsh. And it was a little harsh. But these activations that are coming in, or these downloads that are coming in, they're literally light codes. They're light activations. They are activating your DNA, your junk DNA. And depending on what level you are in this whole ascension, because there's so many different levels, there's so many people and so many different frequencies and vibrations, so it hits everybody a little bit differently. But it's activating your DNA. It's also one of those activations that took place that, for those, if you're stubborn like me and you tend to hold on to things that you should let go of, it will intensify the whole activation process. Also, this whole activation, this whole download that came in, also brought up old stuff, lots of old stuff. What stuff that I thought I let go of and thought I released and I had peace with it, but I didn't completely let it go. I did not completely surrender to it. I only did it enough to have peace the last time I released a lot of these things that I was recently dealing with for the last 2 months. Not even 2 months, actually for the last year. It feels like a lot of the things that I've been dealing with for the last couple of years is all like piling up. This is the final finale before 2021. We need to release it from Gabby, so fucking amp it up. That's how I felt like. So there's a lot of things that revisited me, and I had to cope with it. And once I realized that they were old, it was old stuff, I really had to just look at it. I had to acknowledge it. I had to take a step back. I had to see the bigger picture. I had to actually talk to myself and talk myself through it and say, okay, you know what? I really need to release this. That's the only way I'm going to feel good, is if I let go of this, if I cut that person free from my life, and that's it. Because I was feeling so good until I let certain people back into my life and put my guard down, and kind of like, shit that I released, I kind of pulled back in out of sympathy and lesson learned. I can't make people change. I can't change situations. I can only change myself. And then the world around me will change, because I will manifest the world I want to live in. I can't make people come live with me in my world. So lesson learned. So this may have been a time for you guys where a lot of things came up. A lot of old people may have been trying to come back into your life. And it's not even this last week or the last 2 weeks or the last 3 weeks. It could have been the last 2 months, last 6 months, this whole last year. Maybe they've been trying to come in and go out, go in, go out. So yeah, you really do. If you have things that are making you angry, making you mad, frustrating you, making you sad, making you cry because you're upset, disrupting your peace, anything that's disrupting your peace, you need to take a look at it, acknowledge it, say, okay, I see what it is. I see that it's this person and that person, or this situation, or my job, or whatever it is that's making, drama come into your life. Doesn't matter if it's your parents. It doesn't matter if it's your siblings. Please, I can only share with you my experience and give you advice and share tips with you. But trust me. But even if you don't want to trust me and you're going to just, test the waters anyways, I'm not going to say I told you so, but trust me. If you feel guided to trust me, and it's your family, then you may need to release them. You may need to cut the cord. You may need to create boundaries and stick to them. You may need to learn how to say no. Because this is a time that it's all gonna resurface and cause a lot of havoc in your life. And every symptom that you felt before when your peace was disturbed is going to wreak havoc on you. You thought your peace was disturbed before. It's going to really fuck your peace up. And then it's going to cause pain and possible illness if you don't cut those cords and if you don't release what no longer serves you. It's going to really just fuck you up. And you don't want to bring that into 2021. So deal with your shit, you guys. Put the work in, do it, and let it go. Surrender. I'm a bonehead. I have a hard time with change. I have a hard time surrendering. It's an ego thing. I'm human just like you, and I'm having, I'm spirit having this human experience. I'm not perfect. So yes, I deal with this shit. I go through these things. I'll be damned if somebody tells me, oh, you need to just stop doing that and just let it go and just, you need to do it like this, like this, like this, like this, and like this. No, I have to let you guys, I'm sharing with you guys, but you guys do have to take the steps. You can't go from A to Z without going and learning what's in the middle. You can't fucking crawl and run. You have to crawl, walk to run. So yeah, there's some shit in the middle that we all have to deal with every now and then. And it's not, it's not as easy for some of us to let go. And I'm one of those people, but I'm learning. I've really come a long way. I really have. And I'm very proud of myself. And I don't need anybody to be proud for me. I'm just proud of myself. I've learned to love myself, accept myself. And there's a lot of flaws that I've had, that I've dealt with. And I feel really good. Last night I was guided to take a salt bath. I was feeling really good when I did that video, the live part 1. Then my tablet died, and then part 2, my energy was all fucked up at the very beginning. Probably the first hour, I was like a stuttering Stanley. I was pausing. I couldn't think. It was like I was brain fog. I was nervous. I felt like I was tapped in. Like people were bored. I could feel like all kinds of emotions. Some people didn't even want to listen to what I was talking about because it was triggering for them. And I think I was picking up on all that. I didn't know it at the time, but I know it now, which is okay. But I felt very comfortable by the second hour, and there was a flow, and there was a whole new group of listeners that popped on, and they were amazing. Some of them were new people that I've never met before, and they were just, everybody was amazing. Everybody that watched was amazing. But the flow, the energy in hour 2, just, you know, whoever they were healers, and they healed me. And I was having a really rough night because my father was, you know, almost having a seizure when I found him. And, you know, I was dealing with all that and dealing with getting him better, getting his numbers up, getting his temperature up. Oh, it's just, you know, it's messed up. It's really scary taking care of somebody that has an illness that causes seizures and all kinds of weird side effects that you have no prior training on how to deal with. So my emotions were like raw, fucking crazy. Like, I don't know. I was gonna say I wasn't made for this, but I mean, if this wasn't supposed to be something I'm dealing with, then it wouldn't be something I'm dealing with. So yeah, it is something I'm supposed to deal with. It's training for me to see it in different aspects and different perspectives, and, you know, see it through different eyes and experience it, you know, the way I'm experiencing it. So I'm grateful for the situation, the situations I've been in. But all in all, I feel really good. But that night, oh, it was crazy. And then the next morning when I woke up, I was like, I'm going to feel good tomorrow. And the next morning I woke up, I literally felt drugged. And I felt like I had the flu. And I slept mostly all day yesterday. Then I was guided to take a salt bath. And I must have needed it, because once I immersed my body into that water, into those salts, the magnesium and everything else that's in Epsom salt, like, cleansed me. It took all of that dirty energy and wiped it out of me. I felt so good, and I went to bed, which you normally do after you take a salt bath, because it usually makes you very tired, very drained. But I just went to bed, and I feel great today. I feel blessed. Today is Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. The star of Bethlehem will be seen in the skies. It's solstice. There's a lot of energy coming in, a lot of blessings raining down over us. The Schumann is active. So just enjoy it, you guys. I love you. Stay blessed. Be kind to yourself. Stay hydrated. And just be kind to everybody. Okay? I love you.